What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Dragon Ball Super card game video. My name is DFree, and in this video we are talking about the upcoming expansion set that is that's coming out really soon, just under 2 weeks, and it's really weird how fast-paced all this product is. Like I'm gonna put that out there right now. They are legitimately throwing product in our faces right now, and it's like, you know, I got deep pockets. Like, I spent a lot on my gacha games and stuff, and like Dokkan and Legends, and like a lot on this card game. I just bought a case of the previous, or the current set, and I mean, look at that price tag. So I'll get one, but I will say that I don't know like how this set's gonna be valued in the future. Just because there's so many cards, so many non-foils, and a lot of the people that want to kind of get multiple copies of cards, get foiled out copies like a play sets, they are going to be hard-pressed to do that, because I feel like people will probably value these cards pretty heavily online and be like 20 bucks each or something. I think that's a bit of a stretch, but you get my point. Like, it's going to be pretty wild. Also, these cards are really good. A lot of them are really freaking good. So there's a really big reason to want to get these cards. So yeah. Also, I don't know if this is supposed to be limited run. I feel like it probably won't be, just because of the nature of it. But in theory, I get why this is so expensive, because there's a lot, like we just looked at. There's 5 different leader cards. You get each one of them foil. That's great. 25 different battle cards. You get 4 of each. So you're getting literally 130 cards. So that's a lot of cards to be getting, first and foremost. That are different, basically 25 different ones, and then you're getting full play sets. So basically what that means, by getting 4, you don't have to get any more. 5 different types of tokens, and I think these are the first tokens we've seen, and they're tokens. They're not that big of a deal, but it's still cool, I guess. Gold stamped 9 pocket binder and 20 refill pages for the binder. So the binder is going to be a 9 pocket binder. I think that's standard size. If I'm correct, I think that's standard size. First and foremost, this looks amazing. Like, I am so excited for the Dragon Ball Super card game. Just like all of the content that they are able to pull from the ending of Super and all that, they are milking it. Like, how many Ultra Instinct Gokus have come out in the last few months, as far as like cards, and then even his face being the main market here. So yeah, they really know what they're doing. But this is a 9 pocket with 20 pages in it. It's going to be a limited edition binder type of deal. Like, it's not going to be one you could just go to the store and buy the binder individually. I still think the box is overpriced, but I kind of understand it. Like, if this was a $50 box, half the price, I would say that's a great value. If it was $70, I'd say, you know what? It kind of hurts, but I think it's worth it. $99, $100? I don't think so. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and review the cards, though. Here's the Ultimate Box's lineup of galaxy-shattering warriors. Look at that Zeno! I love the art on these. Look at Kefla. Oof. Girl. That booty. Also, we're going to go all the way down. What I really like about this box, though, is that it does a really good job of supporting a lot of the older archetypes that were previously in the game. Also, Mira looking real Super Saiyan right there. And then, of course, this art is just phenomenal. I'm so excited for this. Like, I'm waiting when we're gonna get cards like Gogeta and stuff, because this game is basically IC carded us. It's a little bit different. There are changes to the rulings and stuff, but it's basically the same game. Cards have different effects. They use the same arts, but to my point about the arts, the IC carded us had a lot of weird stuff like Gogeta, like SS4 Broly and stuff, because they're able to pull from heroes. You know, I can't wait for that type of thing. So, anyways, here we go. So, Kefla, a Kefla leader, which is really good. We're getting another Universe 6 leader. Also, she's a Red Saiyan leader, so she has access to those cards that would buff her up. So that's really nice. When this card attacks a leader card, you may choose 1 Universe 6 from your hand and place it in the drop, and then draw 2 cards. Veggies get a big upgrade with this, but it's really unfortunate that the old Veggies, prior to the Tournament of Power, do not have this Universe 6 trait. I mean, like, I'm talking about like the Kaba 1 drop, the Kaba 2 drop. I mean, not that you would want to drop probably either of those, but still, just in general, the Green Kale and Cauliflas, like those cards, if they had the Universe 6 trait on them, oh my goodness. You know, but the good news about this too is that Universe 6 does have some really solid characters. Maybe we see play for units like Botamo and stuff like that, cards like Botamo. So I really don't mind it otherwise, but she's your normal aggro leader. And just the only issue with her is she's red. She doesn't have access to the most meta-defining aggro cards that Blue has right now with all the untap and then Flute as well. But I do like how they're giving basically that Universe 7 Frieza effect to a lot of cards, albeit the Frieza doesn't have to swing, and that effectively is a better way to do this. But I do like this. And, you know, you pitch and then draw 2. I like that a lot. Frieza essentially has this exact same leader skill except having to swing at the leader, which means you can do it turn 1, for example. Like, you can't attack turn 1, but you can pitch for Frieza. You know, so Frieza's awesome, but I like that they're giving this. They've given this to about 4 or so leaders, I think. 3 or 4 leaders. There's the Goku lineage, there's Hirudegarn, and a couple other things, I think. Might even be more in here. So Flip, when she attacks, she draws. By the way, she untaps 2 energy, which is a really good... That's basically the best way to do these cards right here now. They're restricted by making you pitch certain cards, but that's... Except for Hirudegarn. I believe he's any battle card, but still, I digress. Choose 1 Universe 6 in your hand and place it in your drop area. So same thing. But instead of the draw 2, choose this card or one of your Universe 6 battle cards. I don't like the or. I would have liked it to be both, but I understand why it's or. They gain 5,000 and double strike. Never mind. Yeah, I like it as is. She's really aggro. She's really freaking aggro. Like, red is so aggro, it's disgusting. It's just... It sucks that she doesn't have access to some of the blue cards that Blue has, that are blue specific. At least for her, anyway. It's not bad for the players, but I mean for her. Ghost combo Gotenks. So another Gotenks. He's a 4-drop. He's red. It's been a while since we've seen a red Gotenks. I believe this card is searchable with those Goten and Trunkses, which can also be searched by Mighty Mask. I really like the Goten Trunks Mighty Mask thing. Where it's like you play Mighty Mask, you pitch him, and then you draw Goten and Trunkses. And I believe there's also kind of like the same concept for the villain expansion ones, too. It's been a while since I've looked at those 3, but nonetheless, pretty awesome. He has double strike. He has no way to get him out earlier. You can't cheat him out. But, I mean, with SS3, for example, it wouldn't be too hard, although he doesn't want that because it says right here, leader is red. There are ways to make this not as expensive, but he doesn't have an evolve. He doesn't have an EX evolve. In a lot of scenarios, you're actually going to be looking at hard casting him because you can't. He's actually just out of the range for chain attack too. You know, a lot of ways you're going to be hard casting him. But let's see if it's worth it. When you combo with this card, if your leader is red, oh, when you combo with him, you don't even play him. I guess I'm gonna start reading the effects first. And you have 4 or less cards in your hand. Play 1 ghost token in rest mode. So, 10k, 1 energy. Ghost token have 15 power. Doesn't say anything about their combo power. What's their combo power? That's important. Doesn't say. I don't see it. I imagine they either have a 5,000 combo or no combo power at all. It literally doesn't say their combo power. Interesting. So he's basically that double shot Vegeta, except he pops in a different card. That's really cool, actually. I really like this card. I really like this card. He's double shot Vegeta, but if the game gets to a point where you need him to actually come in, you can play him, and then you can swing with him for double strike, and for whatever reason, if that's not enough, you end your turn, you survive a turn, you can either swing with him again, or if you need the 10k pump, you can, you know, combo with him from the battle area. This card's actually very versatile. I really like this card, but in a lot of scenarios, it's not even going to be him in play. It's going to be the ghost token. 15k body, 10k combo, 1 energy. He's literally double shot Vegeta, but just better because he has more viability. That's amazing, actually. I really like that. And I didn't see that at first. I looked at these cards last night. I didn't see that at first, but it was probably because it was late. Anyways, this guy is busted, if I recall correctly. Leader card is red. This card can attack battle cards that are inactive. That's dumb, but okay. Pan is getting a lot better. The Caulifla leader, she's really good, but I think Pan's probably better at board spamming. But yeah, that comes up to preference. But nonetheless, Pan, just in general, really, really, really buff deck with cards that are 3-drop, 15k. Stop producing these cards. Please, stop. Stop making these cards. During your turn, when this card KOs an opponent's battle card, inflict 1 damage. Stop with these cards, because you gave us intensifying Trunks. He's a 1-drop. Turn 2, you chain attack Zeno, or not chain attack Zeno. You chain attack Gohan. And then this guy comes out, 15k, which as early as turn 2, essentially, in a red deck, but still, that early on in the game, that is really, really, really hard to deal with. It's a 15k body that early. That can also swing at your active, so he's good at board clearing. And then you get penalized. You get punished by him destroying your actives. You literally can't leave this thing on the board at any point in the game, late or early. You cannot let this stay on the board. Just because even if you have to hard cast him, you don't chain attack or whatever. Come on now, stop with these cards. And then also he's a 5k combo. There's like, how many Gohans are like this? There's like, what, 3? There's this one, there's BCC, there's probably another one, I don't know. But I'm getting real tired of chain attack just getting better and better, because chain attack is becoming really degenerate. I like the card, I like the combo, I like the viability, I'm very excited for it, but it's kind of annoying when there are cards like this that I literally get penalized if I'm playing against this. Like, god dang, they just want every deck to be red now, don't they? But that being said, Gohan is my favorite character, so I love this art. This art's amazing. But I'm just trying to think about it from the competitive perspective. Like, dang, stop, please. I want to be able to put my barrier cards out there and not worry about them getting attacked in active mode. But, I mean, like, to be fair, there are other cards that basically do this, like that Kaba, who would work just as well in, like, a red Universe 6 deck. He might even be a little bit better despite the no 1 damage inflicted. But still, just because of the fact, like, you know, he could be a Universe 6 card, etc., etc. So he might even be better than this Gohan just in theory, but still. Moving on to Devora. Okay. Double strike when you play this card if your leader is Evil Wizard Bobbity. Ouch. We got to dip all the way back to the Bobbity leader from, like, set 1. Yikes. In your battle area or leader, oh, if you have one in your battle area, but still, like, Bobbity, I don't think has had a new card since maybe set 2. He gains 10k and dual attack. So double strike, 35k dual attack. That's pretty busted if you can meet those requirements. I don't really have any other thing to say about that, though. Also, I've noticed that they're giving a lot of cards the no energy cost combos and 5k. I've noticed they've done that a lot, and I think it's because they realize that this game is getting so fast-paced and the hand sizes are getting massive to the point where those 10Ks are really, really good, but they can also be really, really bad in certain situations, especially if you're playing a non-untapped leader, which is basically blue. So, Rampant Evil Majin Buu. So another Majin Buu. So I assume that this one can be pitched or can be searched out with the Super Buu red, right? Oh, that's a deck I'm trying to optimize. I want to see Majin Buu. And we're over on Shenron's Lair. For anybody that doesn't know, there are a few sites like this that allow you to look at cards online and or build decks. For 2 energy, place 1 battle card from your hand with 25,000 or more. So yes, he is a target for this card, which is perfect actually. So Majin Buu decks are really good. He has the Fleck too, so you can't Cold Bloodlust him or, you know, Crusher Ball him or anything. So that's really good. And also what? It would only cost you 1 battle card from your hand? Yikes. 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 This is really funny. He comes at it really easily. This is a really easy play. I'm not even mad at him. Oh, here he is right here. Not even mad at him, though, because there are other cards that come out just as easily. But still, that's pretty, like, bonkers. That art is really good. That art is probably, like, some of the best Buhan art I've seen, like, in anything. Dokkan, anything. When you play this card, if your leader card is a Majin. Ew. Why? Why? Chooses 1 of your energy and switches to active. Red loves stuff like that. And he gets triple strike for the turn. The turn you play him, he gets triple strike, which is good. I don't think he's great. I don't think he's great. Another 5k. I think they're like mainly going to be 5ks across the board. Why Majin? Can we not pull that one up every time, please? Stop showing off my janky deck that's not done. Majin. And we're going to... Whoops. Majin and search. Go to leaders. There's literally only 1 Majin Buu. Okay, they really want us to run a Majin Buu deck. I really didn't care about that leader, though. All right, some more God deck support and a Universe 6 card, so he can be in that Kefla deck and be pitched. Also, use a red card for whatever that's worth. When you play this card, if your leader is a God or Universe 6, so that's perfect. He can be in a God leader type deck or Universe 6 deck, which there's a few of those leaders. Choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards with 9,000 or less and KO them. I love how they said 9. Just because 10k, I think 10K for that free of a pop probably is bleh. But nonetheless, this is really good because there's a lot of really, really good and threatening one-drops in the game right now. There's a lot of them. There is an absolute lot of them. So that card actually is pretty good, but you have to play him. And, I mean, there's a Beerus. So the Beerus is actually really good. Because there's a blue Beerus leader, and Champa can be in that deck and be very, very, very good there. The reason I pointed out Beerus is because while he's good, and he's probably going to be really good in Kefla's deck, I'm just very, very concerned about the non-blue leaders because of the fact that they don't have access to the same stuff. Zamasu, I think, has also got that guard tag, the god tag on him too, or the trait. Can we not? I guess not. I believe he does, but nonetheless, there's just Beerus. There's probably a couple of other ones here without me kind of going over it really quickly. 3 or more energy, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and energy cost of 2 or less and KO it. Wow, so like this Beerus and like Champa together is like total board control for those really quick early card drops in the beginning of the game. I like it a lot. Oh, look at that Vegeta. I don't know if I showed the alternate art of Kefla earlier. Yeah, I did. Okay. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and bounce over to Vegeta. Warrior of Universe 7. That's a really busted ability because I keep popping out more Universe 7 cards. When this card attacks a leader, if you have Universe 7 in your energy area, that's different. Draw a card. That's really, really easy. He's also a blue leader. Like, I'm sorry I've mentioned it a million times, but I just think blue leaders are the best leaders in the game now. I mean, there's a few that are really, really good, like yellow and stuff, but I just think blue is just overpowered just because of the cards they have access to. Like that Trunks and that stupid flute. If you have one of your energy, though, that's really easy to do. Draw a card, and this card gains 5,000. Ooh, he can pressure on the front side and card advantage. Okay, this is a really good card already. Let's see how much he changes. That's a really good card. I like this a lot because he can pressure awakened leaders with this. This auto is really good. Okay. You untap 2 when you flip. Oh my gosh, that art, baby. That looks so good. Still keeps Warrior of Universe 7. During your turn, if you have 3 or more Universe 7s in your energy, he gains 5,000. So now you require 3, which again, it's not hard to do, especially if you're running Universe 7, because like, why not? You might as well run mainly Universe 7 because, again, they're essentially colorless with that Warrior of Universe 7 ability. When he attacks, you draw a card. That's a separate effect. So he automatically draws a card no matter whether or not you have the Universe 7 energy. He just needs that for the 5K pump now, which is, again, really good because he's still going to be pressuring hard at 20K. You may choose up to 1 of your energy and add it to your hand. That's different. If you choose to add a card from your energy to your hand, choose up to 1 card in your hand and add it to your energy. I assume that would come back rested. But since it's basically a once per turn thing because it's when he attacks, and there's no card that restands a leader as far as I know. You know what? Since that's the case, I can imagine it would actually come back in unrested. He's basically swapping an energy. Because I otherwise don't know why you would swap an energy unless it's literally to swap an energy that's not Universe 7 to make it a Universe 7 one so he can get the 5K pump if for whatever reason you didn't have it already. Which that's another viability option for it too. Otherwise, I'm not really sure why that's good. But drawing a card in 5K is what he keeps, and Warrior of Universe 7. And being a blue leader, he's one of the better ones, I would say. Definitely one of the better ones. Don't know how good he is in relation to Gohan, just because Gohan can consistently draw 2 cards. And can combo with his cards in rest mode, which is stupid. So we'll see. But I'm assuming that actually, since he can only attack once per turn, basically, that the energy will come back unrested, untapped, unused, basically, which is dope if that's the case. Oh, Vegeta Blue returns. Off the bat, there's no evolves or anything like that. No Potara Union. If your leader card is blue and this card is in rest mode, okay, so Vegeta, for example. Are you Universe 7? No, like I was going to say you kind of can't be because you're not from the Tournament of Power. Future Trunks Saga. I guess, I mean, you technically could, but nah. He gains barrier and your opponent cannot attack your leader card. Wow, control? Okay. When you play this card, if you have 5 or more energy, draw. I would have loved if this said untap. Because right now what this is he's just a 20K and then again 5K combo. What he really is just a combo body. Like an attack. And I feel like There's some stuff from the Hero expansion that would work well with this, and apparently there's more Trunk stuff too. There's some more like Vegeta Blue and Trunk stuff cards that are coming out as well that are not here, but they're in, I believe, like the Championship Pack and things of that nature. So I can see where this could be good. I just don't think he's very good right now, just on this level, without being able to gauge him in relation to some of the other stuff. And my issue with Vegito in this game in particular, I was looking at the Ultimate, no, not the Ultimate, but the Secret Rare recently, like yesterday, and I was like, you know what? I feel like this card can be really freaking good. I just feel like it's probably just a little bit too slow right now. And that's unfortunate. That's a shame. But I think that him not untapping is an issue. But it's also not an issue for all the exact reasons I was mentioning earlier. He's literally forced to be in a blue deck, which means he also can't be in the Vegito leader decks, because I believe the newer one, the Super Saiyan Blue going all in, is green, I believe. Man, I'm going to have to check that out, because it's going to drive me insane. Well, you're red. You look like you're green, but you're red. Yep, he is green. So yeah, there's no get out. Don't be in my deck. There is no Vegito leader otherwise. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm kind of mixed on him. He's probably my most mixed opinion card that we've seen so far. 2-drop Trunks, 5k combo power. Also, you have to wait till you have 5 energy, which isn't necessarily that big of a deal with ramp and or SS3 Goku auto ramps, basically. When you play this card, or when this card attacks, actually, which is even better, look it up to the top 7 cards in your deck, choose up to 1 Trunks future among them, and add it to your hand, shuffle your deck, and this card gains 5,000 for the duration. Ooh, that's nice. I like that. Super early, too. Trunks is, like, the Trunks cards in general will be really cool. And then they also can have the free blocker Mai coming out, too. Like, I really like Trunks, like, just this type of thing. This is really good, because it could have been when you play him, and they could have made him a 1-drop, but he's meant to stay on the board and pressure, which I really like. I really, really like that. Like, this is something that if I'm going up against them, I don't want them to keep getting that hand advantage. Also, there are other really good Trunks cards, and then there's also, like, some Trunks and Vegeta combinations that are really good, too. So I'm going to want to get him off the board. All right, we got Nightmare Scythe, Goku Black. He has Barrier. When you play this card, if your leader card is Zamasu or Goku Black, 2 very old leaders, play 2 Shadow Tokens. Shadow Tokens have 10,000 power. See, this card actually says their combo power. I'm guessing the Gotenks one has no combo power, literally. Otherwise, I don't know. Maybe that's going to be an errata thing. I don't know. But this is cool. I really like this. He's a 3-drop. He requires 3 blue energy, which I guess isn't that big of a deal because he wants to be in a blue leader deck. So mainly you just basically are going to be running like all blue, which is what they're trying to force you into doing. A mono blue Zamasu or Goku Black deck. And another Zamasu here. Okay, so we're getting some good support for the Zamasu decks. Some really good support for Zamasu decks. All right, Indestructible is back. Great. Interesting. Is Indestructible any different than Barrier? I thought it was just Barrier that predates Barrier, but I'm sure there's probably a little bit more of a nuance to it that I haven't checked out because it's not been something that's been on these cards for the most part. Since Barrier came out, it's all been Barrier and no Indestructible. So I have to go back and double check that, but that's cool. When you play this card, if you're in either of those 2 decks and you have 5 or more energy, you may inflict 2 damage to your life. Ooh, that's good. If you do so, choose up to 4 of your energy and switch them to active. That's a great card. Again, you have to wait till you have 5 energy, and you have to be in these specific decks. It's heavily limited, so you literally have to wait till basically turn 5 because there's no way to cheat him out as far as I know. There's no evolves or anything like that either. But I do like the ability to ping 2 life. I just don't know if you can stall that long or how things would be based in this format. We have a blocker, Siegera, the God of Destruction. Indiscriminate Obliteration. When you play this card, you may choose 1 card in your life and add it to your hand. If you do so, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost equal to or less than your energy. And he's a blocker. Late game, this card is really freaking good. Late game, he's really good. I like it. It just comes out and it's like, yo, I'm going to pop anything. The reason I said late game as opposed to early game, because also he's really good early game too. The reason I said late game though is because late game, mid to late game, I'll say mid game actually, because late game they might start trying to drop like 5+ drop cards, and he wouldn't probably be able to deal with that. But at some point he starts being able to pop just about anything. If the match is literally taking too long, at some point he starts to be able to pop literally just about anything. So yeah, he doesn't ignore Barrier though, so that's cool. Son Goku, we got another Ultra Instinct. There it is. Okay. So let's go back. So, Warrior of Universe 7. Please don't have that stupid you must use Universe 7 cards like the other green UI, please. So he's doing that. Oh, he has a bond ability for you. Oh, I thought the bond was going to stay for Namekians. Okay. So bond for Universe 7. This skill takes effect when you have one or more of the specified battle cards in play. That's really easy. For example, a really easy, cheap option. This Universe 7 has some really good spamming cards like the Tien. They have access to the Gohan that pops out another card. They have access to Master Roshi, who comes out really, really easily as a negate. That's super easy. But when he attacks, if you have that in play, you draw a card and gain 5,000. So he becomes Vegeta, basically. They're both pressuring early game. I would probably rather use Vegeta, though. Off the bat, just because the color that Vegeta has, and also because Vegeta literally doesn't need another card on the battle area if he doesn't want one. Goku needs one. Just one, though, so that's cool. So you untap 2, and keeps Warrior Universe 7. Now he needs 2. During your turn, this card gains 5k and... 5k and double strike, and draws a card. The good thing about green... The really good thing about green is that the green color is really good in relation to red and blue early game cards. That aggro deck really struggles against yellow and green colors. So that's one of the things that Goku might be good in that matchup. Not that the aggro decks or any other decks can't use Flying Nimbuses or full power energies, but I'm just trying to look at it from that perspective. Also, these cards are all colorless. It's just the only reason why is just those specific cards that require a specific color leader. But the decks are going to be very, very competitive among the two, and Goku actually pushes a lot more, in fact, more aggro on this side. And green is always, it's more of a control-y and crit-heavy deck too. So I'm curious to see, because this Goku does not have the restriction of needing Universe 7, which I like. I'm very curious to see how this deck turns out and how it'll utilize cards, because, you know, there's that Piccolo-Gohan combo, Chain Attack into Piccolo into Gohan, things of that nature. There's a lot of stupid, degenerate combos we've had. So let's talk about Chain Attack earlier. Like, is that a thing? Am I seriously right? Is that a thing? Hold on. OCD's going to go insane. Hold on. I got to do it. I have to do it. Piccolo-san, where are you at? New Universe 7 Piccolo just came out, which is why I said these cards are just getting better and better because they keep adding more cards. Play one, Son Gohan. Yep. No, you add it to your hand. Add it to your hand, which is better. Thank you for not letting it come into play automatically. Because then that becomes like veggies, where it's like, oh, Kaba into Caulifla into another Kaba or Kale or whatever. So thank you. But yeah, this guy getting double strike is actually stupid. And let's look. And also I can't ignore the fact that since he's a green leader, the old Universe 7 Ultra Instinct Goku that requires a green leader to start punishing your opponent, I believe he starts taking cards out of their hand. Yeah, this deck is going to be very Ultra Instinct heavy. We're very lucky this deck can't dig the same way that Universe 7 Frieza can, for example. We are very lucky that they're not letting this deck dig, because that Ultra Instinct Goku, he's going to be good in this deck. Really good in this deck with triple attack and stuff. He is, oh my gosh, that card is going to punish under this leader. Not only that, it's just like that card and this card together literally destroy an opponent. They literally can go for game, just these two cards. Of course, that's situational, depending on what the opponent has. And also, from the other perspective, that Goku is pretty expensive to play from the Tournament of Power set. You have to start pitching, like, I think 2 or 3 cards for him. Well, 3 for the next Evolve, but still. You know, that's a lot to be pitching. So, another 5-drop target for the what is it, Ultimate 8-drop or whatever? The Victory Strike. I knew this would happen. It had to happen, because I think Victory Strike said, no, Victory Strike needs a 6. He needs a 6. So you could hardcast this one instead of the yellow 5-drop that a lot of people use in the Universe 7 decks currently. And there are a few more that have come out too, I think, in the new set and then the Dash Pack. So there are more targets, and this isn't one, unfortunately, though. It would need to be a 6-drop. No Evolve or anything, so he'll be hardcasted. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards and KO it. Just once per turn, just pop anything. Great. It's just, all right. You do play this card from your hand if there are 9 or more Universe 7s in your drop. So that type of ability, we've seen it with the Jaren stuff, but I think there's more in the set. It really punishes using the Overrealm. For For the duration of the turn, he gets 10k and triple strike. And its attacks can't be negated. Holy crap, this card can be your finisher. You don't even need to go further. But if you really wanted to, you could... I don't know, man. This card, you could leave it out there. Unfortunately, it doesn't have barrier, but I'm happy about that as far as, like, competitor. You could go with this, and then later on in the game, if he's still out there for some reason, you know, you can just go ahead and pop another one out. He's literally in range for, like, Mass Saiyan and things of that nature, so he's not, like, indestructible, but he's really good. I really, really like him. Getting a random call. Anyways, Vile Replication Cell. So we got another Cell. So more Cell deck support? Really? When you play as your leader card as an android, draw 2 cards and play 2. Oh. You would have to hard cast this one, I believe, right? I'm not so familiar with the Cell Chain combo. I haven't really played it a whole lot, and I'm not super familiar with it. But drawing 2 and playing 2 tokens in tandem of playing this card is actually really stupid. That's really, really stupid. And they have 10k power and 5k combo power. So, like, they literally just forgot it for the Go Tanks. Or unless they... I don't understand it. Oh, a Broly, because why not? We're getting the movie Broly. We're getting a whole lot of toy Broly figures when the movie's coming out and all this. All right, cool. He costs 3 energy to evolve, so there's another Broly that reduces... It looks like he does it too. Whenever you have a Broly that would evolve on top of the Broly, you reduce the specified cost by 2 greens. So if you were evolving this one on top of the other one for some reason, he would technically be a 1 evolve, and then the other 2 bigger Brolys evolve for stupid cheap. Stupid cheap. If your leader card is Broly... Oh... Your opponent may choose one of their battle cards and KO it. If they don't KO that card, they instead choose 2 cards in their hand and place them in the drop. Wow, that's very punishing, but you have to use Broly. I like Broly. I kind of just don't, though. I don't really like the whole, like, you got to pitch, they got to pitch. Of course, there are ways around it, but still. I'd kind of like rather use Kale if it was going to be that, because Kale does the exact same thing for the most part, I believe. Universe 7, Android 17, Barrier, and Blocker. Wasn't the other one Blocker? I think it was Blocker, but no Barrier. When you play this leader card, it's green. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards and KO it. Yep, the Goku is going to love this. But again, another hard casting 4-drop. One of those cards that's super late. Late game anyway, but he just pops anything. There's no cost requirements, just pops anything. We got Heles, another god. She's a super combo for Universe 2. All right. And she's another one just like Hoi, where you pitch and draw 2. Those types of super combos are stupid, just like the leaders. In fact, Jaren's another one of those leaders. In fact, we're getting another Jaren, which is great because I don't know how people feel about the old Jaren leader, but I really don't care for him. Being able to untap your cards is cool and all, especially in tandem with Topo, bringing them out in rest mode, but I don't really care about it. When he attacks, you pitch a Universe 11 and draw 2 cards, untap 2 on the flip. When he attacks, you draw, choose 1 Universe 11 in your drop area and send it, choose 9, excuse me, send it to the warp, and then he gains Quad Strike. Okay, moving on. That card is really good. Moving on. Indomitable Super Saiyan Son Goku Jr. Yeah, I don't really have much to say here, just because I think Universe 11's deck is going to be really good at some point. They're really good at spamming the board. Their leader has freaking Quad Strike. They have multiple boss monsters. I don't really think they work too well together, but this card works really well in tandem with the newer one. I believe that reduces his cost down to like 6 or something like that. So yeah, don't really have much to say there. Oh, hey, another swap, Goku Jr. I like this one a lot. I think his art looks really good in the tournament stage, too. Saiyan, Earthling, and Goku's lineage, so that means he's immediately a part of being able to be grabbed by Successor of Hope, by Planet Vegeta, things of that nature. If your leader card is Goku's lineage, forcing you to use the Goku lineage deck, which isn't that bad. They have a leader just like the Jaren where you pitch and then you draw 2, so that's great. And your life is at 2 or less, so you've got to be late game, basically. You drop this 2-drop. He gains Swap 8? Oh. You can bring out the Secret Rare or the Ultra Instinct. For 5 energy, that's a 2-drop. It's got to be kind of late game or early game, I guess, but it's got to be late game because you need 5 energy. But I think this card can be really good, especially because from my play testing of that deck, I didn't really do a whole lot of extensive testing. It just seems like it really wants to kind of stall. It's a very technical deck. You have to make sure you have the right pieces in your hand at the right times, which it's really good at, being able to do. But still, I think it just feels like it wants to stall and things of that nature for the first few turns to really get its pieces going. When I played it, I didn't feel like I could attack with a lot of my cards a lot of the time just because I didn't want them to be targets in rest mode, which totally invalidates the reason of playing Barrier on those cards too. So I like it. especially like as a last resort. I don't know if I would 4 of it, but probably just like 2. Space Pirate Chilled. We haven't seen it chilled, I don't think, since set 1. Frieza Clan. When you play this, if your leader card is Frieza Clan, place it to 3 cards on the top of your deck in the drop. Then if a Frieza Clan is your drop, draw 1 and play 2 Chilled Army tokens. Freaking yikes. What are with these tokens spamming the board? Elite Bloodline Cooler. That man looks so sadistic. If there are 3 or more Frieza Clan in your drop area, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 1. That's really easy when you got this. So, yeah, it's really easy. So it's basically always a 3-drop. 2 specified yellow, but 3-drop. Once per turn, when this card attacks, if your leader card is Frieza Clan, place 3 cards on top of your deck in your drop. Then if a Frieza is in your drop, switch this card to... As long as you just don't overwhelm, he's going to get 2 attacks per turn, every turn. And isn't Frieza Clan the trait you would need to get Cold Bloodlust, or is that Frieza Army? I think it's probably Frieza Army, actually. I think it's Frieza Army, but still, that's dumb. That's really dumb. When your opponent's card attacks, if your leader is a Frieza Clan, you may choose 1 Frieza Clan other than Frieza in your hand and place in the drop. If you do so, negate the attack and negate this skill for the duration of the turn. That's really good, actually. I like this card a lot. And I know that these cards are supposed to be really good with the older Chilled and Cooler and Frieza cards that came out way back in like set 1. I'm not so familiar with those off the top of my head to know exactly what they do, but I'm excited for that. Clownish Destruction Belmod, the freaking Universe 11 God of Destruction. That's dope. He has Barrier and Double Strike. It's a 4-drop. Also, he's a Universe 11 card that you can put in that deck and literally pitch for the Jaren leader skill, so that's great. When you play this card, look up the top 3 cards in your deck, choose up to 1 card among them, and add it to your hand. Great. Got that Time Patrol Trunks. I've seen like a few cards that have come out that basically have that Time Patrol Trunks villain expansion type of effect. So that's really good. Choose up to 1 card among them and add it to your hand and place the rest in your drop. The drop is not bad at all. That is really, really good for the Jirens. If you choose not to add any cards to your hand, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO it. So you have the option of clearing anything or building hand advantage. He's also a 4-drop. Is the Topo able to play him, or does he need to be a Pride Trooper? I feel like Topo needs to play a Pride Trooper, because if it's a Universe 11 4-drop or lower, I think it's actually 3-drop. We'll see. Because boy, is that busted if that's the case. Go over to yellow. Topo. Universe 11, looking at the top. Choose 2 with an energy cost of 3 or less. Thank you. Please. I don't need to see that anymore. I don't want to see the thing anymore, but I don't need to see any more cards getting free cheats in. Oh, Zeno-sama. Both Zenos. You can't include cards in your deck that don't have Universe as part of their special trait. Oh. Universe 6, Universe 9, Universe 11, Universe 2. That is so dope. That's awesome. Zeno is gonna be, that deck is gonna be so funny. And then they also have no specified cost. They're all basically colorless. I can't wait for this. This is gonna be such a fun deck. It's gonna be probably my favorite deck just because it's Zeno first. Also, he's a god, so like Champa is gonna be god in here. Zeno, please. He's a black leader too. Oh, man. That's a good laugh. When he attacks a leader, place 2 cards from the top of your deck in the drop, then draw 1 card. That's not a bad thing, especially if you're running those Jirens and stuff. Although I don't think the Jirens would be good, because it's going to be kind of hard to do that. Because also, I don't really know if you can do that. I think you need to have Universe 11, but still. Untap 2. Same permanent. When this card attacks, place up to 2 cards from the top of your deck in the drop and draw. I don't mind that for the most part, though, because of the fact that in the future, if we do get overwhelms for the universes, then that'd be really good. And you also get to draw. Choose up to 10 cards in your drop and send it. Oh, well, he overwhelms them himself, basically. Send them to your warp. Your opponent chooses 2 cards in their hand and places them in the drop. Wow. He freaking pings their hand. And there's also foreseeing hit in this bunch, too. You can really just destroy their hand with. And then also the green cards. Like the, oh, my gosh. Oh my gosh, that deck is going to be really good. Forced Absorption to Migra. Triple Strike. When this card attacks, if your leader is Demon God and you have 15 or more black cards in your warp, Choose all of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and combo with them in your hand. Okay. Well, the good news is you have to hard cast them. So, but boy, okay. Ignoring barrier, huh? Just everything they have. Swing at your opponent for triple strike. He's one of the ultimate finishers in this game. I mean, the only way you can stop that is you negate. But boy, if I have a freaking, I don't know, bad ring laser for some reason in a black deck, then just, oh my gosh, you instantly lose. Okay. Forced Ejection Mask Saiyan costs 1 energy for Overwhelm 3. Okay. He's got to be pretty good for that cheap of an Overwhelm to use energy. If you have placed a card in your energy during your charge phase of this turn, which is almost always, and you have less energy than your opponent, okay, that means if they're playing like a blue leader like Super Saiyan 3, or they're playing ramp, or you just flat out went second. Although if you, no, you can't go second. They have to be playing ramp. Or have like that Goku that, again, gives you more energy. There's not a way to do that. Unless the Vegeta up here says you get to, I'm not going to go back, but if he says you get to not add a card back to your energy, I guess. But otherwise, it's that restriction really seems like it sucks. Choose one of your opponent's energy and send it to warp. Wow, that's really good. That's a really good ability, but I think it's way too restricted. I don't mind it, but I think it's too restricted to be good. Another Xeno Evolve Toa. Can we stop with those? 4 energy. I really just don't like Xeno Evolve. It's always so expensive. And I really don't think a lot of the cards are really good with it either. Double Strike for Toa. When a card evolves into this card, if your leader is an android, so Mira, or technically, you can run an android leader. Your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand, places it in the drop area, then choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 3 or less and gain control of it. Nice effect in theory. Mira here, 5 energy evolve for Xeno. Triple Strike when a card evolves into this card if your leader is Toa or an android, which is dope. Toa. Is there even a Toa leader? Is that a thing? Or are they like foolproofing for the future? I don't think there's a Toa leader at all. Which I don't mind that they did that. That's great, actually. Can we not? Yeah, there's no Toa leader, but that's really good. That means there's going to be one at some point, which I guess makes sense. It makes sense. Oh my gosh, every time. And you have 10 or more black cards in your warp. Your opponent chooses 3 cards in their hand and sends them to their warp. These cards are just destroying. A lot of these cards are just destroying the opponent's hand. Oh, a Topo. God of Destruction Topo. He's a black card. EX Evolve. Place 3 cards from the top of your deck instead of pitching from your hand. For the EX Evolve, that's great. That's amazing. And he evolves on top of any Topo. He can evolve on top of the red Topo. And the red Topo can come out very early in a lot of situations. Wow, I like this. Barrier and blocker. Okay. When a card evolves into this card, if your leader is Universe 11, means you have to use Jaren basically right now. And you have 8 or more Universe 11 in your drop, so you don't want to use Warp. Draw 2 cards, and for the duration of the turn, this card gains Double Strike and Critical. Double Strike, Critical, Barrier, and Blocker for 1 energy. Okay, cool. Yep. 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 Was there a single 10k combo on this list? There's one. Just everything's a 5k. Like I said earlier, they know what they're doing. That's wild. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, subscribe to the channel if you happen to be new. We do also have a Dragon Ball Super card game Reddit. If you stuck around long enough, make sure you check it out. Anyways, link will be down below in the description. Have an awesome day. I'll catch you all in the next one.